we are attending the special event. Can you tell us something about you and your community?
Well, I was born and raised in Hong Kong, and my name is Mark, and I came to the state in 1990, 1 year after the Tiananmen massacre. So my whole family came to the United States as immigrant family. And today we had this special meeting of sharing session, re-inviting Hong Kong fighters, protesters to share their stories, to share their experience. Some of them we dial in from FaceTime. Some of them show up personally to share what they experience on the street in Hong Kong. And I think this is important for the international community to get the attention, to pay attention to what is going on in Hong Kong, because I totally believe, as one of the Hong Kong people, that the fight in Hong Kong is not just for the city, it's for the whole human race, it's for the humanity. What they're standing for is freedom, is basic human right, the rule of law. So I'm very grateful that you guys will come and to show support.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, this fighting the communism is
Exactly.
that's supposed to be everybody's fight. Every free person supposed to fight against the communism. I'm from Poland. It's it used to be the communist country, so I totally understand your purpose of this, fight.
Yeah.
I know you're this pastor of this church over here. Can you tell us something about this?
Well, I'm the pastor of this church called Urban Voice. We are a new church, 3 years old, in Bridgeport, in the city of Chicago. And we planted this church. We wanted to be the voice of the truth, the voice of the gospel, the voice of justice, which God cares so much about. That's why we want to open this space free for the Hong Kong democracy group in Chicago, so that we can use this space to as a platform to mobilize people to raise awareness of the issue in Hong Kong.
So, other words, you think that Christians supposed to be involved with the politics, changing the world, creating new reality and the stuff like that?
That's right. I totally believe that our God is a great God, and our God is for justice, and He is standing with the poor and the oppressed. What the situation in Hong Kong is that the population, the people are facing one of the biggest, richest, communist regime in the history of the humankind, and it is important to voice it out. It's not just for democracy's sake, but I think it's right from the heart of God, from Scripture, that there is a spirit for the humanity, for human to flourish, to fight for justice for the common people.
Yeah, the God, when they're creating the world, He's give us the freedom.
Exactly.
And basically, the communism, this is opposite of the freedom. This is a total system of this destroying the churches. Can you tell us about the church in this Hong Kong right now?
I do have a lot of friends in Hong Kong, and they are professing Christians. They are attending churches. They are in the situation right now. I think they are very divided. I think most of the churches are afraid of the communist regime, and they want to stay silent. Or some of them are explicitly pro-Beijing. And there was a small minority, or I should say, I'm grateful for the small minority, or people are waking up that they cannot stay silent and quiet in face of the regime, in face of the totalitarian communists. They need to speak up. They need to speak for the truth, and not only for themselves, not just for the Hong Kong churches and Christians, but for the Christians in China as well. Because since Xi Jinping assumed power, there are a lot of churches systematically being persecuted, no matter they are official churches or they are underground churches. I was talking to my friend who is from Beijing. He said 3 official 3 self-churches are actually being closed down by the Communist Party. So this is a fight not just for a tiny city. It is a fight for the whole Christian world.
Yeah, what are you going to tell me about this? I'd like to ask you this question about this Pope, who is basically betraying these Christians in the China, especially in the China, contracting this with this communist. You know, there's like a. What do you think about this?
I think this is really sad. I don't know what they had behind the door, what kind of deal they had, but I think this is a betrayal of the Catholic Church. I think church has always been under just one headship, which is our Lord Jesus Christ. It's not under any political party or it's not under any political regime. And to do such a thing is to forget, to betray the Catholic tradition of social justice, right?
This is basically betraying the God. You know, this is like
exactly.
To making this contract with the evil.
Exactly. There shouldn't be anything, association with the devil, right? With the Satan. Right?
Yeah, you can't have a pact with the devil
right.
because
so it's really sad. Even in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong Catholics, they are divided mostly because of this issue. That they think the church should be independent. They think the church should always be accountable to God and to God alone, rather than working a deal with the communists.
Okay, thank you so much, Pastor.
Thank you very much.
I hope everything great. I hope you guys winning your fight. We try to support you as much we can, and it's like we got this fight like almost 40 years ago, and it's,
right.
I hopefully you guys turn this to this free country, because that's what you're supposed to fight for: free country, free Hong Kong.
Amen to that. Yeah, amen to that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.